Hi, I'm Bobby Rio from MakeSmallTalkSexy.com, and this video is called How to Approach Girls. Now, if you've ever saw a girl that you wanted to approach but couldn't get up the courage or just didn't know what to say to her, then you're going to enjoy this video. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly how to approach a girl, what to say to her, and how to keep the conversation going. This way, you'll be able to make a good impression, get her phone number, get a date, and get her back to your place. I promise you that approaching girls is not nearly as hard as it seems when you're able to calm that nervousness and have a good game plan on what to actually say to the girl. What we want to do first is talk about how to calm approach anxiety. Most guys tend to feel a bit of anxiety when they approach a girl, and most of this either comes from lack of experience talking to girls, or it comes from a fear of running out of things to say. Luckily, both of these can be cured pretty easily by following a few simple tips. And here's 3 simple tips that I want to talk about first. First is make it easy on yourself. If you're inexperienced approaching, then start with what I refer to as bunny slopes. This means practice getting over your anxiety and learning how to approach a girl in easy environments like classes, parties, sporting events. The hardest place to learn how to talk to girls are at bars, clubs, the gym, coffee shops, or walking down the street, because at these places, women tend to have their guards up, and it's a little bit more difficult. So you're going to feel the most anxiety in these situations, so avoid starting out there. Next, chunk it down. I used to have a big fear of starting conversations with a girl until I learned this very simple process of chunking it down. And what I mean by this is, instead of getting overwhelmed with, oh my God, I have to start the conversation and then I have to think of what to say next, just start with, what am I going to say to get her attention? And practice that. Once you get good at just getting her attention, then practice transitioning. And, chunk it down to the little parts instead of getting overwhelmed with everything at once. Next is remember that rejection equals success. This is probably the hardest thing for guys to understand when they're learning this, but it's true. The more you get rejected, the more success you're going to see with women. The guys I know who have dated and slept with the most amount of girls over their life are the guys who've gotten rejected the most. This is because the more you're out there trying, the more confident you're going to become, and the more likely you're going to talk to the ones that you do click with that don't reject you. You don't get dates sitting at home thinking about it, and you never regret the approaches that you make. You only regret the approaches that you don't make. So next, we're going to talk about some of the big mistakes guys make approaching girls. So the first mistake is invading her personal space. When you walk over to start a conversation with her, don't make her feel threatened by getting too close to her or acting as if she's going to be, stuck talking to you for hours. Instead, simply start the conversation casually and relaxed so that she lets her guard down. The best way to approach girls is at an angle where you slowly turn to look at her and sort of address her over your shoulder. It's very non-threatening. The next mistake is appearing too nervous or insecure. Girls very easily pick up on your level of nervousness or insecurity, and it's a very unattractive trait. You got to remember that you're the guy, you're the man, you're completely in control, and that's the way that she likes it. She wants you to lead the conversation. She wants you to appear completely confident, secure, comfortable around her. Third mistake is complimenting her too much. When you approach a girl, avoid excessively complimenting her. In fact, avoid complimenting her at all. When you tell a pretty girl how beautiful she is, you're just acting like the same way that every other guy out there does, and you're never going to differentiate yourself from other guys doing this. If you feel the need, though, to compliment her on her energy or her style or something that's unique and attractive about her other than her looks. Saying something like, you have a really interesting sense of style, I like it, or you have a great energy, it's warm and friendly. That's a unique compliment that isn't going to really turn her off the same way as, you have beautiful eyes, or you're really pretty, or you're cute. Those are boring, lame, and repetitive. So now let's talk about the best ways to approach a girl. The normal way that most guys approach a girl is to walk up to her, nervously compliment her, and then ask her for her number. Now, this hardly ever works. A better way is an indirect or an opinion opener. This is where you ask her a question, something as simple as, do you know where the nearest Starbucks is? Guys like to do this because it allows you to go in under the radar. The reasoning behind this is that going in under the radar, the girl's not going to quickly reject you. And the fact is, the longer you can get a girl talking to you, the better your chances are of creating attraction. Now, the best opinion openers begin the conversation with girl-friendly topics, what I call conversation bait. By approaching a girl with a female-friendly topic, such as recent drama going on in you or your friend's life, things you'd hear on Access Hollywood or relationships, the girl is more likely to respond in a positive way. One of my favorite indirect openers is saying, "Do drunk I love yous count?" This opener works so good because it's a subject that girls love talking about. So the second you ask them about it, they forget that you're picking them up. Now, guys who fear rejection or have difficulty knowing what to say really like this sort of way of beginning conversations with a girl. So some more examples of indirect openers you can use. Is kissing cheating? Do you think Charlie Sheen is sexy? Is it wrong if a guy's still friends with his ex-girlfriend after he started dating someone new? These sort of questions are like crack for a girl. They're based on the ideas of using sort of pickup artist openers, stuff made popular in the show, The Pickup Artist. These sort of things really are the easiest way to break the ice with a woman because there's very little risk of rejection. Now, if you want to learn some tested, proven conversation material to keep the conversation going after you've started the conversation, then grab a free copy of my Small Talk Tactics report, where you're going to learn a lot of things like conversation games, ways to avoid awkward silence, how to make her laugh, questions you can use to get her thinking sexual thoughts, how to establish a flirty vibe, plus a lot more. 17 other really fun things you can do to turn women on and make her want. Click that link below and get your free manuscript.